to make miso soup. And I want to show you this book. This is a very, very heavy book. It's a manual of acupuncture. It's written by a friend of mine, or several people that I know, Peter Dedman and Martin, both wrote this book. It took them 7 years to write it. We've got this in, as you've probably seen me. If you come to the Shiatsu Center for treatment, you see I often refer to this because it's the book about points. And if you look here, you can see point of the week, which is bladder 1. That's this one here, right here. And you can see slightly frightening eyeball there, but you can see where the point is. It's right on the corner of the inside of the eye, and it's called bright eyes, not surprisingly. And it's used for eye strain and for headaches and stuff like that. It's the one that they had in the Anadin advert, one like that, okay? So that's our point of the week, bladder 1, and it's going to be a long journey all the way down to the feet. It's the longest channel in the body. So let's incorporate bladder 1 into our face routine today. Rub our hands together. And what we're going to do is just place our fingers just here on the inside of the eye, just there, nice and gently. And what we do is we hold that point. You can actually hold it like this as well if you want to do it with one hand. You see that in the headache adverts. But the way we're going to use it is this. We're going to gently, we can do it standing or sitting, just gently hold this point and see if you can feel a connection all the way over the top of your head, down the back of your neck, all the way down your back, and down to your feet. And that sensation you're getting there is the path of the so-called bladder channel, which runs right from here by the eyes, all the way down to the feet. And that's an excellent point for tired eyes, headaches, especially on the front of the head and the back of the head. Bladder 1, bright eyes. And when you open your eyes, you may have the effect of seeing everything just a little bit brighter than it was before. Very good. So now let's just work around the eyes. We work the forehead. Actually, the bladder channel runs up this way. So we're going to catch it working here. Okay. There we are. Working around the sinuses here. Relaxing our jaw. And pulling the ears. Okay, and washing our face. Oh, very good. Okay, so we've done this forehead one. So if we go over the tapping over the top of the head here, we'll get the bladder channel. And that goes around to the back of the head. Okay, now you remember on the legs, we have the stomach channel, the gallbladder channel, and the bladder channel. They're on the front, the sides, and the back of the legs. Well, they're on the head too, because they go all the way around like this, down the head. And they're a really good way of connecting us to the earth, all the way from the top of the head down to the earth. And I'll just show you where they are. Basically, the bladder channel's on the back of the head. So if we just go into the back of the head here, you can either use your fingertips. Feel this muscle here. This is the top of the trapezius muscle. We can actually press down here, or you can squeeze it with the heels of your hand like this. You got it? It's right down the back of the neck here. It goes right down onto the back here. Okay, so that's the bladder channel. That's the one that runs down the backs of the legs, all the way down the spine, down to the feet. Really good for opening up the neck. And then if we go around a little bit further to this lovely big indentation here on the base of the cranium, that's where the gallbladder channel runs. And that's the one that runs right down the sides of the body, down the sides of the legs, right down to the feet. So a really good idea to keep this as open as you can. It's often one that's involved with headache, especially on the side of the head, eye strain, all kinds of things, especially looking at the computer too much. It's going to affect the liver and gallbladder channel. So this is a really good one to work. We can use it with the heels of the hand, or you can use your fingertips again to press in. It's a little bit harder to get the depth there with the fingertips. With the heels of the hand, you can get really deep into that gallbladder channel. And it runs down here and onto the tops of the shoulders. It's really worth giving the tops of the shoulders a little bit of tapping as well, just to get all that energy moving down. Okay, very good. And you remember the one on the front of the legs, the stomach channel? Well, that runs down from here. The eyes are going, it runs down through the sinuses, through the jaw, and it runs onto the front of the SCM muscle. And it's a good idea to really release the SCM muscle. And I like to get hold of the whole thing like this in my fingertips and squeeze it down like that. And that's all the main yang channels of the neck that go into the legs. And the reason we're doing them especially today is because we want to get that connection between the head and the feet. Okay? Okay, very good. So now let's do some shaking, some more breathing, and let's see if we can see how we're doing. Okay, so what we want to now is we've got a nice healthy connection with the earth. So let's get really into that. Let's keep those feet open, relax the legs, tuck in sacrum, feel that connection with the earth. And we want a really healthy connection of solidity, but also a feeling of uplift there that's holding us up. Okay, we're going to place our hands on the dantian, relax our shoulders, feel that connection with the earth. Just spend a moment to bring our breath down into the dantian and feel that connection with the earth.